Hi, I am Artist, and today we will try out another free painting app. And this time the victim is magma. So just like Kaleki, this is also a free painting app available on browser, but it's not only just a painting app, and from what I understand, it also can live stream and also do art collaboration. So almost like a painting slash social media app. But today we will only test this one solely as a painting app and nothing else. So for that purpose, our test subject will be these beaches. And you will see that in the footage, past me will jump right into sketching out these little babies. But prior to this, I already did some messing around off camera, just to know what to do and also getting used to the app a little bit more. And after that, I actually found it to be quite promising and impressive as a painting app. Why? Well, let me introduce to you some of its features, why past me be doing all the work. So first thing first, you may notice that there is a little reference image up there in the left hand corner. And yes, this app has a reference tool. And you can access it through clicking on this magnifying glass symbol, and then there will be a reference image option. And you can choose import new images, and tada, you got your reference. And you can do some simple stuff with it as well, like zooming, flipping, and even black and white preview. And that last one is pretty exciting because I haven't really seen it a lot. So yeah, a good start. As for the shortcuts, there are a few standard ones like holding space and dragging your pen to move the canvas, Ctrl and space and dragging left or right to zoom in and out. And you can change the brush size with the square brackets keys, which I am not a real big fan of because they are just inconvenient. But a very huge good news is that there is shortcut customization. Like you can choose your own shortcuts. Like, isn't that exciting? Anyway, you can do that by clicking on this pencil symbol and then choosing the application setting at the bottom, and the shortcuts will be on the second tab. Click that and choose whatever function and which key you want the shortcut to be. So I set the changing brush size to Q and W, and I have to tell you, it felt so nice to be able to do this. But I will talk more about my own feeling later in the video, so I will move on for now. Let's talk about brush next. Magma has quite a lot of different options for brushes, and you can do some brush customizations like toggling pen pressures, stabilizers, and other stuff as well. And you can access those things through this cogwheel symbol under the color wheel here and choose the full mode, and there you go. Unfortunately, as you can see, there is no opacity pen pressure thingies, and at first I was like, oh no, what do I do now? But after some messing around, I found out that with some brushes, toggling this flow pen pressure thingy will kinda give the same-ish effect as the opacity. Like, kind of. To be honest, I don't even know what flow does, like, at all. I just know that with this, now I could finally do the study my usual way now. So with that knowledge in mind, I chose this brush that look like chalk or pastel and can do the thing I just talked about with the flow stuff. And then I follow the usual procedure. So let me do a quick recap. First sketching and then picking out a color palette, then blocking out the colors and the usual hesitance. Why does this thing look kinda bad? Does this thing sucks? Or this is me kind of situation? Because it looked like this. And then a tiny hiccup happened and I had to reset my timer, and at that moment I really tempted to just drop everything. I know it was pretty dramatic of an reaction, but if I have to think of an excuse for past me and also me, maybe it is some kind of perfectionist things, like when stuff didn't go quote unquote well, to the perfectionist standards, of course. Sometimes one smallest hiccup is all it needs for me to just drop everything. But I didn't this time because I love this reference, so I tried to pursue it myself, with something like, okay, me, I know we don't like this, but we will at least try to finish this pitch in the center and see how things go from there. And fortunately, I did really enjoy how that pitch turned out, so I had more motivation to actually continue with the study. So, if anything, today I learned a new way to deal with myself. So, I will count that as an achievement that I should be proud of. Yeah. Anyway, here comes the party pooper. It's time for some post-study criticisms from me to me. And even though at the time past me really loved how all the pitches turned out, but after some more lookings, I couldn't help but think these babies look an awfully lot like some kind of tennis balls and not really fruits or even edible things when we are at that. Like they don't look soft and juicy, but instead they look like some kind of leather bones with a ton of water inside. So the skin was stretched out really tight, like almost on the verge of breaking level of tightness. I think one of the biggest contributors for that kind of effects is the shape. Like they are a little bit too perfectly round, so they don't look like organic matter at all. Like without the little stem and the leaf, and also me telling you, I think these hardly can even be readable as some kind of fruits. So that is something to note down when I try to study more fruit stuff in the futures. And I also think the value is a tiny bit off as well. Like it doesn't look as glowy as in the reference photo, but well, I think that's enough for the criticism stuff. Let's move on to my thought about the painting app itself. So as I already said in the beginning, I am very impressed with Magma. Like you totally have everything you need to do digital art comfortably. Like first you have the basic covered, like good shortcuts, layers, a good collection of brushes. And then you get some more advanced thing like a reference image tool, a lot of options to mess around in the brush setting, and the best thing of them all, the shortcut customizing features. Like, oh, that, oof. Chef kiss. Like I swear being able to do that make me feel so very powerful, and that is just an insanely nice thing to feel, just so you know. The only thing that I wish that exists is, I bet you know what it is, brush opacity control with pen pressure, like the actual thing, not the flow one. I still don't even know what that one does, but and also a time-lapse recording too. Like, unfortunately, I don't think Magma has a time-lapse recording feature yet, but seems like they want to add that in the future though, so that is a good news. So comparing Magma to some other painting apps I have tried, based on basicness, I will put this one above Kaleki. Like some people complain that Kaleki is too simple and basic, so I think Magma will be a nice option as you have a lot more things to mess around with. But still, I think it is less intimidating than something like heavy paint, because at least the brushes here behave in a more, standard way than in heavy paint. So you don't really need to take time getting used to that. So yeah, that is a nice thing about Magma. And anyway, let's check out how the result looks, shall we? So yeah, that concludes my thought regarding Magma as a painting program, which didn't even touch on a very important aspect of it, the collaboration thingies, because I just used this one with me and myself. So, well, if you have used Magma to draw with others, please tell me how the experiences go, so I can live vicariously through the comment section. Thanks. Hope you have a great day/night ahead, and see you later.